This is a weird thing that's happening right now to Xbox owners and to Xbox in general. And I figure the warning is worth doing a video on. Many people clearly affected by this. And, you know, it's strange. I think that one of the reasons why this is so strange is because we're living in a world where Microsoft and, you know, a lot of these companies are trying to tell us basically that we have to accept things the way that they are, the way that they want them to be. And, you know, for me anyway, I feel like that's a huge, huge mistake, and that we should not just accept whatever, you know, these global companies want. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, I try to kind of be as upfront and honest about this stuff as I can. You know, we have to understand that companies aren't going to want what's best for us, the fans, and anybody who thinks so is absolutely insane. You know, a $3 trillion company isn't going to want to do what's best for gamers. No, they're going to do and want to do what's best for themselves. And that's why we see the things that happen the way that they are. And that's why so many things are kind of messed up, in my opinion. And, you know, again, are we going to continue to see Microsoft do these kind of silly mistakes in the future? I don't really know. But for me personally, this is a big one. Like, this is stuff that really worries me. When I bring up stuff about, like, the digital library and our libraries not being safe with Xbox, this is kind of the stuff that I am alluding to somewhat. But, yeah, Microsoft really has the ability to stop listing stuff whenever they want. They can technically pull and delete a game from your library right now. You don't believe me, but you can. I mean, if you had The Crew, for instance, the first game from Ubisoft, that game got deleted from your library, and Microsoft allowed that to happen. Yeah, that's a Ubisoft problem, but Microsoft allowed that to happen. So, yeah, super interesting nonetheless. I want to get into it. Hey, I'm Crap Gamer. This is Crap Gamer Reviews with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. You know, for the way that gaming is kind of working, you know, right now, it is kind of strange. But, you know, I have to say that this is like a big thing that I worry about, right? My thing is this: when it comes to digital, like, I've been a gamer since the 1980s, right? So I still have original NES carts, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Nintendo 64, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, Xbox, Xbox 360. You know, I still have games and all this stuff from back then, right? And, you know, again, this is something that is realistically that I'm looking at, and I'm just thinking to myself, we could actually lose access to our games with the way things are going now, because Microsoft is much more DRM focused than any of these other platforms. So this is the type of thing, right? Like, digital only is bad. Like, Microsoft had problems like with their cloud gaming, their servers are down, right? Can you imagine where you only had cloud gaming as an option and the servers are down? Like, ultimate, like, bad situation. But mysterious store list delistings see huge wave of titles removed from European markets. So this is pretty crazy. A bit of a strange one. A wave of delistings has hit the Xbox store for European markets. Confirmed 27 games so far have disappeared, including titles like Kena, Bridge of Spirits, Guilt, and Mundawn. Over 25 games have mysteriously vanished from the Xbox store. All titles from No Gravity Games have been removed. Other publishers have also been affected, including Annapurna Interactive. Multiple users have now reported a slew of games that disappeared from the Xbox store in Europe, including recent releases like Kena Bridge of Spirits, which they liked. I actually liked that game. I liked that game when it launched on PlayStation and played it. But anyway, so far they've confirmed 27, but there could be more, with the most affected publisher being No Gravity Games, which seems to have delisted all 12 of its games from European markets. It's probably just some kind of issue or whatever, but worth warning people about. You know, we don't really know what kind of thing is coming on there, but yeah, to look in here and then you kind of look at this and you go, oh, Hyper Light Drifter, Kena Bridge of Spirits, One True Hero, Quest Hunter, Primal Light, Song of the Deep, let's see, Steve Jackson, Sorcery, Super Meat Boy Forever. You know, a lot of games in here. that are completely delisted now. Stranger thing is, there doesn't seem to be any official mention about the delistings from Xbox or any of the affected publishers. So some people may speculate that this is a bug with the Xbox store or something like that. But my thing is this, like, couldn't a lot of these things that are being delisted, or just like one day the stuff is there and then the next day it's not, that's like a real problem. And so you can imagine, like, in a world where Microsoft obviously wants people to more and more be vested on renting games through their rental service of Game Pass, that you never own stuff. Yeah, like, I get that the first party stuff likely sticks around a good amount of time, but the other stuff, people just go, oh, well, I'll play it later. Oh, I'll play it later. And then, eventually those games could be delisted at some point, and then you never got around to playing it, and then you can't, right? Like, this is like the issue that we're kind of dealing with right now, and, it's really unfortunate, to say the least. I honestly hope that kind of people come to some kind of recognition and some kind of realization about what is happening right now. I would really hope that that they can do that. And again, I do feel like what we're seeing is, some people are being just kind of lackadaisical about this kind of stuff. For me, I always take it really, really serious, because I do feel like, anytime you're talking about your game library, isn't that serious? Yeah. So anyway, so far, it doesn't look like they're being delisted outside of Europe, so that leads me to maybe, how could that be a bug? I don't know. Like, it could be it has something to do with territories or something. It sounds more like, in certain areas, maybe these games have been delisted or whatever. But, that is a strange situation, to say the least. And when you look at things and you go, okay, well, what can Microsoft do in the future to kind of, change the way things are kind of being done, right? It's like there's so many great games that we lose, and it's only going to get worse as time goes on, because these gamers are going to not be buying their games, and then you talk about only things in a capacity that in a service or whatever. Just honestly, just seems like a really weird situation right from the get-go. And I can see why gamers are a little bit reluctant to go into that future. Like, my point is this, right? Regardless of what you think the future might be, you have to be able to look into things and say, okay, well, you don't have to accept everything, right? Like, I think that's the main thing that I would say. It's like, you don't have to accept everything. You can, speak up. You have a voice, and I think that is a huge thing that people kind of forget. And that's something that I hope that gamers can kind of look into, as the future or whatever. So we need games to kind of we need these different types of games. We need people kind of speaking up and saying, hey, that's not something that I want to see, or whatever the case may be. So again, anything can happen, but Microsoft can definitely, in my opinion, they need to kind of wake up a bit and and realize that the whole world doesn't revolve around them. And we'll see if anything else can happen in the future that's going to get people excited about the platform again. Again, when you see games like this delisted the way that they have been, yeah, it's just a really bad situation all around. I'll link this article. You guys can check it out. If you guys are in Europe, let me know what you guys think. Is this something that realistically is affecting you? I'd love to hear from you down below in the comment section. And like I said earlier in the video, if you guys enjoy what I do, please leave a like, as it does mean a lot. But yeah, this is crazy, man. I've never seen something where something was delisted the way that it was, like so many games so fast like that. So it's strange. I'll keep you guys updated for sure, though, because it does seem like it's something that is really strange, and something that I think Microsoft can probably, I don't know, hopefully they can get something from this. I don't know. I'd love to hear from them, but like with all bad things, it seems like they're just extra quiet. Anyway, rack 'em up. Crap Gamer out.